Hello friends, welcome to my classroom again. Today we'll discuss about the topics motion. Okay, so let's see at first some examples of different kinds of motions. Okay,
curvilinear motion, revolution, rotation, simple harmonic motion, rectilinear motion,
let us consider a point particle from the point A moves on a two-dimensional surface. Okay, and from A it reaches at point B after a certain time t. Let initial velocity is u. When we start to measure the velocity, that initial velocity is u at the point A, and at the point B the final velocity is v. So if the velocity is increased from u to v, then what is the change of velocity? The change of velocity is v minus u. Okay. Now the rate of change of velocity with respect to time is v minus u by t. This rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. So acceleration A equals to v minus u by t. By this, if we slightly change this equation, v minus u equals to at, okay, by cross multiplication, and therefore v equals to u plus at. This is the relation of initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration and time. By this equation we can find out the value of v, u or at, any of that value, if other three parameters are given. Now let the velocity time graph, okay, this horizontal axis is for time and the vertical axis is for velocity. As the initial velocity was u, so this is the point u. From here it accelerates and acquired a velocity v in time t. So this is t. Thus we can plot the velocity time graph for an object. Now how much distance it travels in this case? Now if the velocity was u throughout its journey, then it would go slightly less than the distance displacement which it traversed. But if the velocity is v, then it will be slightly higher. So we can take the average velocity of u and v. So if the object would go with a velocity u plus v by 2, then it will traverse the same distance which now it has gone. So that is u plus v into t. If the uniform velocity was u plus v by 2, that will give the same result as it achieves velocity from u to v. So this is the displacement. S equals to u plus v by 2. Now S equals to u plus v. V instead of v we can write, as we have learned in the previous equations, v equals to u plus at. Okay. Thus we can have S equals to 2u plus at by 2 into t, and simplifying it we can get S equals to ut plus half at square. This is another equation for this object when initial velocity is u, acceleration is a, displacement is s, and time taken is t. Here v is absent. So for numerical problems, if v is not given, means final velocity is not given, then s, u, t and a, by these four parameters, one will not be given and others will be given, and by that we can simply solve and find out the unknown variable. Okay. Now take a specific example. Suppose the object has initial velocity u and throughout its journey the velocity remains constant. Okay. Now what is the time taken? Time taken is t, then it is t, then what is the displacement of the object? Displacement means u into t, velocity, uniform velocity into time, so displacement u into t. But as it is a rectangle, so if we find out the area of this rectangle, we can get the displacement of the object. Similarly, for the previous cases, if we find out the area of this region under this curve, then we will get the displacement of the object. As here the shape is like a trapezium, so we can find out the area of the trapezium, or we can split up the trapezium into two parts. One is rectangle and another is triangle. So thus we will get the area of the trapezium, equals to half into sum of parallel sides. This is u and this is v. So sum of parallel sides u plus v into time taken here, sum of the parallel sides into height of the trapezium. That means from here to here, means distance of the two parallel sides of the trapezium, that is t. Again we will get s equals to half into, put the value of v as u plus at into t, that means ut plus half at square. So we can prove this equation by either by taking the average velocity, or we can take the velocity, we can use the graph. Now another equation, v equals to u plus at. Squaring both sides, we will get v square equals to u plus at whole square, that is v square equals to u square plus 2uat plus a square t square equals to u square plus, if we take 2a as common, we will get 2a. That means inside the bracket we will get ut plus half at square. As in the previous equation we have learned that ut plus half at square equals to the displacement, so we can write 2as. So v square equals to u square plus 2as. This is the third equation. So here V, U and A and S. V, U, A and S. Which is not here, that is the time taken T. So if time is not given and V, U, A, S among these four parameters, one is absent and other three parameters are given, then we can find out the unknown variable. Okay. So in today's class, we have learned three equations. One is V equals to U plus AT. Okay. The second equation is V square equals to U square plus 2AS, and another equation is S equals to UT plus half AT square. So these are the very important three equations for the rectilinear motion when a body is going on a plane surface, that means in a two-dimensional plane. Then we can find out the value of V, U, A, T or S, whichever is not given and others are given. In that case we can find out the value of the unknown variable. Okay, so that is up to now. In the next session we'll discuss more about that, but don't forget to share, like and please comment if there is any doubt or any clarification you require. Okay, so press the bell icon, share it, like it, or whatever your comments, don't forget to write it here. Okay, and don't forget, obviously don't forget to subscribe so that I can make new and new this kind of video clips. Okay, thank you for today. Next time I will see you again.